Welcome to TCM, everybody. I am with Carl Bernstein, one of the great reporters of his generation. Carl, thanks for joining us.
Good to be with you.
Yeah, you know it's true. It's okay, but I like the shrug, like, oh, please. We just screened All the President's Men, where Dustin Hoffman played Carl Bernstein. Now we have Orson Welles' Citizen Kane from 1941.
I feel like I should be asking you the questions here. You know more about this movie probably than any living person.
I'm not sure that's true, but I know a lot about it. I do know a lot about it.
More than I, certainly.
What are your thoughts on Citizen Kane as a newspaper movie?
It's a great movie about character. It's a great movie about journalism, and it's a great movie cinematically.
Yeah.
And not for nothing does it always end up #1 as the greatest movie really of all time.
You think it works as a credible journalism movie?
I think it works as a picture of excessive ownership of a newspaper in an age when there were terribly excessive owners. And you know, the part about the Spanish-American War and the role of Hearst in the Spanish-American War parallels part of what is in this story of Citizen Kane. And it is said that that Wells based the character not just on Hearst, but also on Colonel McCormick and some other publishers. But I think it's pretty clear it's Hearst more than any of the others, down to Xanadu.
Right. It's definitely mostly Hearst,
and Marion Davies, et cetera, et cetera.
When did you decide to be a journalist?
I was a terrible student, and I was almost about to flunk out of high school. And my father got me an interview for a copy boy's job at the Washington Star when I was a junior in high school.
Star was the afternoon paper.
The afternoon paper, and I got hired there. And I spent the next 5 years there. I dropped out of school, out of college. And here was this kid that had the best seat in the country. And you see that in a number of journalism movies.
Yeah.
You know, and in those days, I'm probably the last of the period where it was possible, and it was barely possible to get to be a reporter without a college degree.
You know, I went to the Columbia University Graduate School of Journalism before I started working in journalism, which is what I did before I came to TCM. And so I've been asked, you know, a dozen times, more than a dozen, dozens of times by, you know, do I need to go to journalism school? And I always say, it's nice, and you can, and it's great, but many of the best reporters who ever lived.
I'm not a great believer in undergraduate journalism, undergraduate journalism education. I think, you know,
but there's so many
liberal arts.
So many reporters are college dropouts. I mean, and really good reporters too.
Were.
Less so now?
Very few. Very, very few. Yeah, and I was the only college dropout at the Washington Post of anybody who wasn't over 45 years old and hadn't been in World War II.
Carl, thanks very much. Let's take a look at the film. Here it is with a screenplay by Herman J. Mankiewicz. This is Orson Welles' Citizen Kane.